hear it, you smell it, it scares you to death because it's so loud. It's an explosion.
The tire doesn't slow down and all that. I think that's all made up. It's quick, it's done.
You're going to start with a full tank of hope, and then each thing that goes on, you're like, okay, just get out of the car. Thing's destroyed.
And then the aftermath of that is, how bad is the damage?
Joey Logano is around, spins down to the inside of the racetrack.
First thought is, you know, is my driver all right? Can we get it back out? And God, we just took a hit in the points. I don't want a DNF.
If you get caught up in an accident, that just kills your day as far as acquiring any type of points leading up to the chase. Definitely once you get into the chase, if that happens, it just crushes you.
Trouble on the front stretch. A car has slammed the wall.
Well, the first thing that always comes to my mind when I wreck is thinking, man, my crew guys are going to have to work really hard to fix this one.
Every team in the chase, they're going to work until the checkered falls to get out there because, I mean, even if it's 3 points, you'd rather have them than not.
We've cut rear clips off and pretty much gone to extremes, and if it doesn't get fixed, it's because we ran out of laps, not because they couldn't fix it.
Daytona in July, they had to take the top of the oil tank off, replace the O-ring, put it back on. I lost 2 laps. That's a huge difference between, you know, finishing 24th and finishing, you know, 38th.
At Indy this past year, we got wrecked on the first lap. We knew if we fixed our car, we could gain 12 to 13 points. We got to pretty much duct tape and rivet a brand new nose, cone, and fenders and all this just to get like 12 points.
In Texas last year, we crashed on what I believe was a second lap. We spent a good period of time fixing that car, so we were able to gain, I think, 2 positions. So that was a total of, I think, 6 points. We've lost the championship by 8 points, so we know that every point counts.
A wreck is not something that you definitely want to put into the game plan for sure, but if it happens, you got to try to fix it the best that you can and hope that your fix is better than somebody else's down the road.
Well, that is not the place you want to be at any time during this 500 miles, but we may see a number of teams in there thrashing around after.
I used to feel bad when I'd say, you know, hey, I don't like racing at Talladega. But I think that makes the fans like it even more.
Speed, the crashes, the bump drafting, it's unbelievable to watch.
There's not a driver that's ever raced at Talladega that doesn't equate Talladega to wrecks.
Wreck. That's all I do there. I just wreck. So it's going to be hard to get through Talladega.
Pushes around.
He tried, he just couldn't hang on to it.
Hey, that's what makes it exciting. You never know when that dice is going to roll and when they're going to have the big one.
The big one. You know, you got to survive the big wreck there. And there's nothing we can do about it. We just hope we're the fortunate ones to finish.
Oh, it's going to be a bad wreck. It's the big one.
Anything can happen there. Anybody can be taken out early, and it can hurt a chaser's chances very easily.
Talladega is just one of those necessary evils of the chase.
Can kill somebody's opportunity to win a championship, which they've worked all year for, because they can be caught up in somebody else's wreck.
I think the drivers need to suck it up and drive that track, you know what I'm saying? Because that's the way that track's made to beat it.
Truex makes a nice save. He got pinched.
White flag.
White flag is out. 2.6 miles to go. Oh, trouble. Trouble. The big one on the dinger, on his lid. Side over side, end over end.
Kevin Harvick's going to win this race. Yeah, that's...
The race is official because the white flag was displayed, and Kevin Harvick was in the race lead.
He was at the he was in the lead at the start-finish line, but did he continue to have that?
We're waiting for NASCAR to give us official word. They're looking at the camera results and also the timing lines. And it's good to see A.J. Allmendinger getting out of that damaged 43. Here they come around the track under the caution.
Well, Richard Childress is going to victory lane. Don't know which car is going to be there.
The checkered flag is displayed, and I guess the biggest question in our minds right now is it going to be Clint Boyer or is it Kevin Harvick?
Henry, they gave you the checker, didn't they? I don't know yet. It's a checker. They ain't said nothing.
The teams are as confused as everybody else.
Well, it's not necessarily confused. They just don't know because
Checking on the video here.
they'll have to determine.
Checking it on the video. One of us wanted.
Either the 33 or the 29 is going to win this, so Richard Childress can be happy.
Right now, we show Denny Hamlin in 7th and Jimmy Johnson in 8th. Now, that is all unofficial. But if this stands with Harvick winning, the top 3 will be separated by 19 points.
See a lot of cars with damage here. The 83, the 82, and the 2.
We were ahead of them the whole
14
straightaway. I think he just said 33-29. Still not official. I don't know what he said.
Still waiting on NASCAR to review all this. They've got loops they go by, then they go by camera angles to kind of decide this.
Hell, one of us did.
When the caution flag flies, it puts a timestamp on every camera and all the loops, so they're reviewing all that
We had
data.
him by just a little bit. Did we win or not? They won't say yet. They're just looking at tape.
The one thing we do know, Richard Childress Racing has its 11th win.
Hell, they do a burnout
at Talladega.
Well, Clint's going to say, okay, I'll go ahead and decide it. He's pretty sure he won. Kevin said, I'll wait and see.
Kevin put the window net down. He's waiting for the official word just like the rest of us.
I think Clint's trying to help make their decision.
Yeah, I think he's trying to. It's right here in front of the NASCAR people.
Well, here comes Clint. And the two of them shake hands as best they can with the proximity of the cockpit.
Yeah, I don't know if Kevin Harvick's going to win or going to finish second, but that's an incredible job with a torn-up race car to get himself in that position. And he can thank David Rudiman for helping push him to first or second, whichever it was.
Well, Rudiman all day was helping a lot of people, and he did have a great car. And he will get a big thank you from Kevin Harvick. And what amazes me...
Stop right here and wait.
What amazes me is we talk about
right here.
how we need aerodynamics
right
at
here.
this track, and then there's Harvick proving us wrong.
Right here, man. We don't know yet. They're doing everything.
We're looking over at the NASCAR officials, and they are still examining the scoring.
33.
The official word is it is the 33 of Clint Boyer. So Boyer will finish first. Kevin Harvick will be second. David Rudiman will be shown in fourth, with Juan Pablo Montoya third, and Joey Logano unofficially in the top 5. As we mentioned, they're now showing Jimmy Johnson in 8th, Denny Hamlin in 7th.
Well, the one thing we can be assured of is this points championship is closer first, second, and third than what it was when we came in here, because we know that Kevin Harvick finished in front of both the guys that were ahead of him in the points.
Right now, it looks like Denny Hamlin will be 2 points out of first place, and the 29 of Kevin Harvick will now be 34 points out of first place with 3 races remaining. Can it get any better?
Oh, we're going to have a great battle. How about Clint Boyer in this chase, too? It's going to be his second win of the chase. Had a couple of other opportunities.
In fact, he is the first 2-time winner in the chase races. All right, here is what NASCAR is looking at.
Harvick's going to lead this at the line.
But remember, it is also the scoring loop.
Yes. So he's ahead right here. So it's a matter of when this caution is displayed. And see the trouble here.
And there,
right there, you see Kevin Harvick just behind Clint Boyer.
Boy,
that was close.
And the yellow comes out right at that point, and that's how Clint Boyer wins this race by a nose. And let's go back and see what happened that actually ended this race.
Jimmy Johnson got out of shape first there. It saves it. And right behind him, everybody starts getting together. Looks like Tony Stewart forces Allmendinger upside down.
Boy, and that, thank goodness, the safer barriers on that inside wall.
Yeah, and we've seen in past that when something happens behind the leaders that NASCAR's let these guys race back. But obviously this was in an area they would have been racing back to, so they had to throw the caution.
All right, let's talk to Kevin Harvick. How about it, Doc?
Well, Kevin has climbed out of this banged-up car that's all patched up and taped up. First of all, let me ask you, on that final lap, did you think you had it won? And there was a lot of discussion between you and Clint Boyer out here.
Yeah, I didn't know when the caution came out, but I thought we had beat him to the line. It was really close. I just got to thank David Rudiman. You know, he pushed me all day, and he was really good behind us, and our car was kind of beat up in the front there. But it was just going to be a drag race there to the end. So we did what we needed to do. We kept it 1-2 in the right house there. And just a great day for RCR, a good day for the points, and just got to thank everybody from Realtree and Chevrolet.
As damaged as this car was, how did you get back up there? I heard you say a couple times on the radio, we can get help with the draft, but we can't pull out and go by ourselves. How did you finally pull out and go?
Well, I just attached myself to the back bumper of the 56, and I, you know, as we were shoving our way through there, we knocked a couple of them out of the way and wound up in our lane, and then I backed up to the 00, and we were able to get a good run there. So just a typical Talladega day with a few dents here and there.
You're talking about the points, 34 now with 3 races to go. You're right there.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we came here to do. We came here to obviously, you know, lead some laps and run up front and try to win the race, and came up one short of that, but we beat the guys we needed to.
What a day for Kevin Harvick. This kind of day here is a kind of afternoon that can win you a championship.
Clint Boyer, first ever restrictor plate race win. Clint, what was it like that last lap, the back and the forth, to not knowing, to having your teammate there? I see tears in your eyes.
Yeah, that's the burns. Just unbelievable day. You know, I want to thank ECR, all you guys back at the engine shop. You're back on top. I'm so proud of you guys. That was an ECR win right there. Kevin coming on the outside, Juan pushing me. I want to thank Juan. I couldn't have done it without him. But the BB&T Chevrolet was strong all day long. Cheerios, Hamburger Helper, Hartford, everybody involved with this thing. He's just so happy with everybody, and have second come home second. It was awesome. I want to thank Sprint and all you fans out there. Hell yeah!
Us live in just minutes. Plus, White Denny Hamlin hopes he can pull off old tricks next week in Texas.
All right, so 8 laps to go. Clint Boyer takes the lead from Jimmy Johnson. The caution comes out like we knew that it would, so now strategy comes into play.
So stay on the track, come in, take tires. They stayed on the track, meaning Jimmy Johnson, Kevin Harvick, Denny Hamlin. And it's going to be a shootout.
So here's where it gets interesting. The white flag already out. Here comes the caution. So the race is officially over, but who wins? Boyer and Harvick were up front at the same time. It would take several minutes for this one to play out.
Yeah, when the white flag was flown in the air, the race was official, but the race didn't actually end until the caution came out, and the two leaders, or Clint Boyer and Kevin Harvick, were in turn 1 at that time, so they had to go back to the loop data to determine who won.
Right now, how long can he do that? Rusty gets out of the way now, Cotton Petty.
Upside down into the guardrail, side over side, end over end, and Davey Allison has experienced a horrifying crash. Davey Allison, his car is upside down, fuel is pouring out of it, the safety crew is right there. It stopped just in front of one of the safety trucks. So let's take a look at it again. It happened outside of turn 2.
See some contact between Darrell Waltrip and Davey Allison, and the car just flew through the air.
Well, he got on the air, in the air very quickly.
It goes over the top of the guardrail.
Yep.
Flipped right over the top of the guardrail.
It looked very much like Darrell Waltrip's crash at Daytona last year.
Here they come off the corner. And Darrell Waltrip is trying to go by on the inside of Davey Allison. And Davey comes down to try to block that move. And just some contact there. And just as soon as that car touched the grass, it flew.
Turned over.
Now they're not, are they required to run the skirts